somebody to give me secrets of layering up. Okay, my stockings tangled on my bras. Man, this is my intimate life on display. So I am hiding it. Oh God, oh, mercy. I need to fold laundry. Hey love, how's it going? It's so cold this morning. We are folding laundry. I've been good. Just work, coming home. Yesterday I went to do some yoga. After work, I did some good yoga. Really helps. After work today, I'm going to do physical therapy. I've been here. Yesterday was live like for a minute. I thought I saw you live yesterday for a second, and then you disappeared. Yeah, so just finished folding my laundry. Today I'm wearing this inside of this. It's that cold. It's that cold. The other day, like let's say what, like a week or two ago, in Kenya, right? You're in Kenya? You said you're in Kenya, right? Because you have to do those bundles. I'm in California. Yeah. Anyway, I can't use a heater to warm my space at work because I left the heater on, this small space heater, and my boss decided to ban them because he said like heaters, they cause a lot of fires, blah, 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 blah. All that nasty stuff. So no more heating space. So I have to wear layers, layer myself up. It is getting cold. I think I can officially call it winter now. I didn't notice. I did not notice this fall. I think fall just came and left, like, and that was that. Let me tell you, I know when you're in Kenya or Africa, some people think coming to the US is the biggest thing ever. But when you come here and you realize it's not that lucky, there are people here who are homeless in this winter. They don't have a place. You know, America is very, very, like when you're an immigrant, it's a very difficult place because you can either be homeless, and I think most migrants, when they come, they have to live with somebody. It's easy to not, it's easy to not have a place to stay. I don't play those games. at all. I don't play those games. In reality, a lot of Americans are living the same life Kenyans live, paycheck to paycheck. You don't go to work, you're going to you're going to not have rent, you're not going to not have food. It's life is the same everywhere. The kind of Kenyans that I feel sorry for are the ones who decide to make their life even miserable by going to those Arab countries, like, let's say, places like Lebanon, Dubai, places like those. You know, it's one thing for people to be poor, but for people to not have humanity, that's another whole level of poverty, right? That you cannot help. And those countries, those Arab countries, they don't have humanity. So if you go there and you're a black person, you should prepare mentally for the worst life. No, hey, it's one thing to be poor as a woman, but to bring on another poor man and have kids with him, you condemn your kids to poverty. Hey, hey. No, there are jobs you can do in Kenya. Like, for example, you can do plumbing. You can help people with drainage systems, things like that. You can help, you could even start an air conditioning something, but you never ever tell a Kenyan to start a business because they'll look at you and say, I don't have capital. Nobody ever has capital. You go to the bank and you plead your case. how, how do you have internet? Let me tell you, some of the most peaceful places to live is in African villages. Like, they are peaceful. I don't think people don't understand. Like, here in America, a lot of people die of heart diseases. Heart diseases normally come because you are stressed out. That is how stressful life in a developed country is. It's just really stress. There are jobs. You can have jobs. It means that at least sometimes, okay, you can survive because you will have a job, but they are not good jobs. They are stressful jobs. Some jobs, they require that you don't sleep at night because you're working graveyard. Some jobs, require like you do stuff and you entertain people who are mean. Like, it's a toxic work culture. you know there are those things. When you live in an African village and you're not somebody who likes to be stressed, then that's your perfect place to stay. When you try to come over here and you know you've lived peacefully in an African village, this place will do a number on you. I would not recommend. There was this lady who came from Kenya and she went to Canada. She was homeless. She went in the winter. Do you know she died outside because of hypothermia? Because she was outside in the cold. Yeah, you can't just go places you're not prepared. You know, like, then it's better to stay where you are. Hi, love. Hi, HP. Yeah, it's really better to just start a small business. If I could do it again, Personally, I would not move to the US if I could do my life over again. But, you know, I've already moved, I've already invested time. If I knew what I knew, I could have stayed in Kenya and, you know, talk to my friends and my family and start a business. You know, something like if I knew what I knew, something sustainable, a business that's sustainable, whether it's selling women's, you know, beauty products or selling household products like, you know, like cooking pans, stuff like that, things that people buy on a regular basis. Or, you know, starting things like a lot of people, they have to build houses, you know, providing the material or transportation for those materials, you can start a business. But I'd stay in Kenya and I'd start a business if I knew what I knew now. Yeah. And then just invest in my life, buy a land, try to build myself a place. I would not even do it in the, I would not even do it in town. I would do it in the village because I think it's safer to raise a child in the village. You can protect them from a lot of things going on in the world, like the internet. I'm not married. I'm not married. I'm past the age of getting married. So I am, for me, I have resigned myself to live the rest of my life like a spinster. Like I've resigned myself to the fact that I'm going to live the rest of my life not married, not with kids. Um, you know, it just came to me the other day and I was like, I'm happy. You know, I've gotten used to solitude. I've gotten used to the way, you know, I wake up and live my life every day without having to worry about things. You know, if you have kids, you worry about them. Um, yeah, and I don't want to get worried about anybody, so I don't want to have kids. And I don't want to get married. Like that's me now. Like that's my mindset right now. I'm like, I'm happy. Like it's not broken. Why fix something that's not broken? My life is okay. There's nothing wrong with it right now. AI, the other day, I was watching somebody, like I saw this video and it was Obama commenting about Trump's situation and the White House politics. And for a moment, I really thought it was Obama. And then, you know, you look at the AI for, you know, 5 minutes, you're like, this thing is not sounding like Obama. Okay, the looks don't look like him, they are too smooth. But it took me a minute before I realized it was AI. Um, I think it was first the nonsense that this AI thing was talking. And I was like, Obama never talks this kind of nonsense. Um, and then, okay, that was the first thing. Like, I know how Obama talks, and the way this thing was talking is like, there I could tell there was a difference. But I think if somebody didn't know Obama or how he talks, they could be easily fooled by that AI to think it was Obama. So I do think that I think there should be a law that stops content creators from using somebody's image like that and pretending that whatever ChatGPT generated content they are using is what Obama is saying. I think there should be a law that stops people from saying stuff like that. Uh, I'm in the US. Hi, Eric Marcusson. Yeah, yeah. That's what I feel. I feel, yeah, AI is going to be tricky. It's really going to be tricky. Um, Let me know what threats do you think, AI is going to bring on your life? Like, how do you think your life might be affected by AI? Oh, right now they are they are rushing to super intelligence. Imagine not being able to work. I'm looking for a place to run now. Where are you going to run to? An African village? I mean, threatening people's livelihood is a big deal. Um, it is, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's a long way there, because there are things that AI cannot do. Like, for example, if I was to put, if if this was a memory chip of an AI thing, I put like, this is a memory chip, and I put it there, it can only hold as much as the memory chip can. As a human being, you can wake up tomorrow and learn things. Fly to India, learn a new thing. Go to Europe, learn a new thing. But with AI, if it has a memory chip of whatever megabytes it has, that's all it got, you know? So I think there is that neuroplasticity that we have that AI doesn't have. Our brain is plastic; it can be remolded and molded. We are just like, it's just that human nature. But with AI, it matters, like, how much space you have. You still have to pay for AI, for the power, the internet, like all this has to be ran through electricity. Um, so super intelligence level, when automation cost is smarter and better than any human. The current AI models are being trained by other AI. Oh gosh, if you heard the report I did yesterday, it will scare you. Wow. So AI is training other AIs. So how are they like, let's say I have an AI that does hair, like does a black woman's hair. Can it train another AI to do, and then I have another AI and I train it to do white people's hair, so they can cross train each other. So hi Desert Channel Explorer, welcome back. Welcome back. I mean, I believe AI can, computers have always been those things that, so far computers and in artificial intelligence is really probably just meant to make our life better. For example, they use robotics to do surgery, and they are becoming very precise now. So it's less invasive. Like, those things I welcome. Like, you want those things. Um, but do you think AI will get rid of the doctor? I don't know. I think there's still going to be demand. So for me, the economics is always demand. Like, what are people demanding? People, I always hate when I go and I like a call and it's AI. Okay, now granted that the job that I work, we use AI. Her name is Angie, and she takes up calls like after hours, like when we are sleeping. She takes in the calls from customers, and in the morning we wake up. When I go to work, we will have all these calls lined up, but we will have to listen to those. Oh God, I disappeared. I disappeared. Okay, this is what happened. I'm sorry guys, I disappeared for a minute. My I thought my charger was charging, but then it wasn't. It wasn't completely fixed. I tell you life. I don't want to wear these high heels. I don't want to wear this. They're cute, but I don't want to wear them because of my scoliosis. I know they match, but I won't wear them. I'm going to wear Nikes. Okay? I'll wear the flat Nikes that don't even match because I cannot deal. Yeah, on another note, don't name your child Alexa or Angie, like all these AI names that they are using these days to name like their robots, or these like, you know, like the robots that pick up calls, like Alexa, Angie. At work we have this AI we call Angie. It picks up orders from customers at night. Yeah, you know, like watch out for those AI names if you're like childbearing age. They're going to date your child. Huh? They're going to date your child name. No, I've never been to Barcelona. I'd love to, but I've never been there. So that's, you know, that's huge. You know, funny thing, my phone died, and then, you know, I plugged it back up, and I was able to resume my YouTube live, which is amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Europe is a safe place to come at this time. You know, with all the xenophobia going on in Europe. 2025, I'm waiting out for things to settle before I travel anywhere. Only place I want to go back to travel is Kenya. You know, like I do love I do love Africa and black people. I probably want to retire there. Um, I just hope the politics just improve even a little bit. Africa leaders are too corrupt though, jeez. The problem is like the lack of them being held accountable. Mm, yeah, because I think leaders everywhere are corrupt. If you don't hold them accountable, they will continue being corrupt. Like there's nothing like more what do you call it, like more corrupting than power. You give people power and you don't have any mechanism to check on, they're going to do a number on you. So that's what Africa has been, you know, people not being able to hold their leaders accountable. And that's where we've been, you know. Kenya could be like Singapore right now. That's where we are. You know, um, I personally believe in agency, holding yourself accountable. Um, yeah, and being responsible and just being consistent. I mean, we are human beings, we get sick. Sometimes, you know, we are not in good health or in a good mood, but just trying to be a little bit consistent, for me, I feel like it's worth the effort to just, you know, do a little bit over time, because I am a big believer in don't use up all your energy at once, right? You're an energy, you're like a battery that needs to be recharged every now and then, you know. You cannot just work yourself out, like just exhaust yourself. And I think primarily these are the reasons why I have problems like with bosses who are like, work weekends, work days throughout the week. Like they don't understand, like you are a battery that you need to recharge, you know? It's like your phone, it dies of power. Human beings, we are exact the same. We need sunlight, you know, we need friendships, we need food, we need all that. Like we are a battery that needs to be recharged and then needs to come back to life. We need sleep, we need to be in a good mood, all those things. So yeah, remember, you're a battery. You need sunlight, you need food, you need good friends, you need laughter, you need good sleep, you need balance, you know. We are in a culture, especially in the West, where people just see you as a dollar. How much money can I make from this employee? How much money can I get from this customer? How much money? It's kind of like you just want one thing to be utilized and squeezed and then discarded. That's the way the society is telling us who we are. But remember that, you know, to have a frame of mind that tells you who you are. That is what your mother told you who you are, or what your great grandmother told you what you are. Like those are the principles, not what the market is telling you who you are. You gotta remember those things. Part of life's great twist. I think. But oopsie do, what do I know? Well, guys, thanks for tuning into my channel this morning. I gotta go to work and pay my bills and help other people figure out their life. Yeah, I like that hairstyle, but I don't have a band. See that jawline? That is an African jawline. Black girls are known for like really these nice jawlines. Anyway, love you. Take care.